Introduction. Hello, thank you and congratulations for taking this class, Daily Scrum, 21 Tips to Coordinate Your Team with Stand-Up Meetings and Create a Daily Plan. This class contains proven steps and strategies on how to improve your daily Scrum stand-up meeting as part of an Agile Scrum team. I'm sure you'll get value from this because it gives you a complete introduction to Agile Scrum daily stand-ups and walks you step by step through carrying out and improving daily stand-ups in your team or business from the ground up. It also gives you plenty of examples. It tells you exactly how the pros carry out the daily Scrum and guides you through some common best practices based on extensive research. In this class you will learn a brief recap of Agile and Scrum principles, why the daily Scrum is so powerful for coordinating, synchronizing, and creating a daily plan for your team, how to carry out a daily Scrum in your team or business like the pros, concise tips and options for improving your daily Scrum and taking it to the next level. So let me help you learn, improve, and master the daily Scrum stand-up meeting. What is Agile Scrum? Scrum theory. History repeats itself, unless you do something about it. Scrum is based on empirical process control theory. The idea is very simple, so don't let the name worry you. It consists of 3 principles: transparency, inspection, and adaptation. The idea is that the Scrum team agree to be transparent, honest, in all that they do on the project. Being transparent means that functionality is not done until it meets the development team's definition of done. Transparency builds trust between the team members. Once the team have agreed on transparency, they agree to consistently check up on progress, inspection, and make improvements based on what they've seen, adaptation. These can be improvements in practices, sticking to values, communication, or otherwise. This is powerful stuff in industry, the ability to consistently inspect and adapt. In that way, they're improving time and time again before, during, and after the release of a product. This is something that was not possible with the waterfall model of development. Scrum Skeleton. The Scrum Skeleton is a very quick and easy way to explain the process to someone, so I'll use it to explain the process to you. On the left side of the skeleton, we see the product backlog, which is nothing more than a list of all the features and their acceptance criteria that the business desires for the product. A subset of that backlog, called the sprint backlog, is taken on by the team, broken down into tasks, and worked on in an iteration called a sprint. A sprint is a period of time less than 30 days in length, and in that time the team works on their tasks until they develop a working increment of the product. The sprint is where it all takes place. There is some requirements gathering and specification update before the sprint, then design, implementation, and testing during the sprint with updating of any requirements when necessary. Above the large sprint circle, you'll see a smaller circle. This represents the fact that every day the team meets to inspect on progress and adapt their plan for the day in a daily Scrum meeting. At the end of a sprint, the potentially shippable increment of the product is delivered. The business can review the increment in a sprint review and then release the new features to the world if they so wish. The team then discuss, transparently, their progress during the sprint in a sprint retrospective, inspect, so they can improve, adapt, on things that need improvement or retain things that are going well. The cycle then begins again and repeats until the product owner has nothing more to add to the product backlog. The Scrum Skeleton demonstrates the simplicity and power of Scrum as a mini factory, churning out shippable features each sprint. These concepts can be applied to any team, or indeed individual, who needs to deliver a project. What is the daily Scrum? It's not just standing up. The daily Scrum, or the daily Scrum meeting, is a lot more than a status report. This meeting aligns the team and helps maintain open communication. As you can guess, the daily Scrum is an excellent opportunity for team members to coordinate with each other and share their ideas on how to complete backlog items.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?